inner vow is a self-directed promise resulting from an unpleasant experience or hurt from a life situation by a parent or someone else. It's just we comfort ourselves with inner vows. And examples of inner vows is, I'll never treat my children like that. I'll never spank my children. I'll never make my kids wear hand-me-downs. I'll never be poor again. I'll never make my kids work like this. No one is ever going to hurt me again. I'll never let my husband, wife treat me like that, on and on. But we don't mean these things to be bad. We're just trying to comfort ourselves. When you're going through a difficult circumstance, it's comforting to say, I'm not coming back here. I'm not coming back here. This is not going to happen to me again. But the problem with inner vows is, number one, they're unscriptural. Here's what Jesus said, Matthew 5. Again, you have heard that it was said to those of old, you shall not swear falsely, but shall perform your oaths to the Lord. But I say to you, do not swear at all, neither by heaven, for it is God's throne, nor by earth, for it is God's footstool, nor by Jerusalem, for it is the city of the great King. Nor shall you swear by your head, because you cannot make one hair white or black, but let your yes be yes and your no be no, for whatever is more than this is from the evil one. And evil. Jesus said, when you go around swearing to yourself or anything else, he said, it's evil. And you say, well, why is an inner vow evil? Because when you make an inner vow, you become Lord of that area of your life, and Jesus isn't. Inner vows completely reject the lordship of Jesus Christ. Let me just give you an example. So you go through a difficulty in life, and my dad lived in abject poverty growing up. Probably the poorest person I've ever heard of. Slept outside every night. In the wintertime, slept with the horses. You're poor, and you make yourself this promise. It's a comforting promise, and you say, I'll never be poor again. Guess who isn't Lord of your finances? No one is ever going to hurt me again. Guess who isn't Lord of your relationships? Every single area of your life where you make it, Jesus said, it's evil. You perform your oaths to the Lord. You don't swear by your head. You don't swear by anything. You perform your oaths to the Lord. You don't have the right to become your own God in your own life. But that's exactly what inner vows do. Again, everyone has them. I certainly had them. And also, the other thing about inner vows, they cause us to overreact and be unteachable. Let me say this. Any area of your life where you have an inner vow working, you're unteachable, unapproachable, and a little crazy. I mean, you're just a little off. Let me give you some examples of this. Inner vows they're the opposite of an iniquity. You see your parents doing something, you'll say, I'll never do that. But where you have an inner vow operating, you're like a drunk man trying to get on a horse. You're crazy. And one generation is in this ditch, and you make an inner vow, so like a drunk man trying to get on a horse, you fall into this ditch. You're pointing under the horse at your parents saying, well, at least I'm not in the ditch you're in. But no one's on the horse. No generation is free. No generation makes any progress because it's iniquity, inner vow, reaction, 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 reaction. Until someone stands up and breaks those things off of our lives. Here's how to break inner vows. The first thing you do is recognize them. When did you make yourself that promise? What unpleasant event in your life did you make a response to yourself by saying, no one will ever treat me like that again. No one's ever going to hurt me like that again. I'm never going to be poor again. Well, I'm never going to do, I'm this, I'm this. You didn't turn it toward God. You turned it toward yourself. That is sin. That is an inner vow. You recognize it. You just repent of it, which just means change your thinking about it. You say it was wrong. I repent. Forgive. Whoever did whatever to you that caused you were hurt by an ex-boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, step-parent, parent, whatever it might have been. That individual that caused you that pain, you need to forgive them. You've got to forgive them. You must forgive them in order to be set free. And the next is you submit that area to Jesus again. And you come to Jesus and say, Lord, I said I'd never be poor again, and Lord, now I'm just obsessed with money. I'm a materialist. And I can't give, and I can't obey you in the area of money because you're not Lord of my finances. You're not Lord of my relationships. You're not Lord of all of these things.
Thank you for watching Marriage Today with Jimmy and Karen. Support Marriage Today with your best gift and receive the series The Hurt Pocket. Experience release and freedom from the pain of your past with the life-changing book, When Life Hurts by Jimmy Evans. Visit whenlifehurtsbook.com. Follow your interests and get social by connecting with Jimmy and Karen and the Ministry of Marriage Today on Twitter. Become a rock-solid partner today and equip yourself with the tools you need for a successful marriage. $14, $28, or $56 per month. Choose the partnership level that's right for you. Become a rock-solid partner today.